Video game sequels are often placed on a higher pedestal because it is usually the result of the first game being a successful hit amongst consumers. Whether it's shooters like Halo 2 or horror games like Silent Hill 2, all of them have one thing in common: the improvement that was from the first game. The same could be said when Sonic the Hedgehog 2 dropped. Who would have thought that the blue hedgehog that runs fast and eats chili dogs would capture the hearts of many when it comes to video games? Sega must have thought that because whatever Zaza they were smoking must have been otherworldly, like Omni-Man being dropped in Fortnite. You see, Sega wanted another Sonic game that would smash records, so they gave the newly formed Sega Technical Institute less than a year to make a sequel to Sonic 1. Some way, somehow, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was dropped on Tuesday, November 24th, 1992, and what Sega would dub as Sonic Tuesday. Oh god, that is so terrible. While there's debate on which classic Sonic game is the better game in the series, it can't be denied how successful Sonic 2 is, because to this day there are still copies of Sonic 2 being sold, not on Genesis, but it can be played on basically anywhere. I honestly would not be surprised if someone found a way to play Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on a Samsung smart fridge. And that's when I started asking myself, why? Well, to understand the success of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I decided to play this game 8 different times to answer the question, why is Sonic the Hedgehog 2 still iconic to this day? And before you ask, yes, I played this game 8 times. Am I crazy? Absolutely not. Do I need friends? Desperately. And will I ever stop maxing out Rouge's jiggle physics in Sonic Adventure 2? Play the intro. Researching about the development for Sonic 2 was some deep rabbit hole lore. I recommend looking into this if you're curious, but to keep it simple, people were gonna scrap. And to be honest, I would be putting people on t-shirts too if I only had 9 months to develop a better sequel to Sonic. And with that said, how is the game itself? Well, just like Sonic 1, the game opens up with that amazing intro. Wait a minute, who's that? Nah, I'm just kidding, everyone knows whose Tails is. Sonic 2 introduces our awesome fox boy whose legal government name is Miles Prower. Get it? Miles Prower? Like Miles Prower? Like how you read a spin-off. It's always nice seeing where he started off because it just shows the progress Tails gains as the series continues, where he eventually becomes a cool independent character. Forces goofed it up. Boo me all you want, but I loathe Forces, and that's fine. Trash. I'll just keep making disses on Forces until I make that Forces video a year from now. Gameplay-wise, it's pretty much the same as Sonic 1, but with massive improvements to the level design, as now you can properly speed through levels without being stopped abruptly, unless you're trash at the game. You think I'm wrong? Go ahead and play Aquatic Ruins Act 1 and tell me if you can avoid the water at all. Or better yet, go ahead and play the entirety of Metropolis Zone without getting hit once. And after going through some amazing levels and some alright levels, you finally confront that fat man in the Death Egg. What? And settle the score once and for whoa, what the?
Yeah, you're on the wrong side of the road, you blue rodent. You better get your range knocked and your cheeks clapped.
Anyways, after packing up that fraud mecha Sonic, you chase after Eggman and oh my god, how the hell is he outrunning Sonic? Usain Bolt got nothing on this man. I don't know what training regimen he's got, but he has got that sleeper build on him. And after a short sprint, bro pulls out his Gundam OC and proceeds to run the ones. I won't lie, I've gotten packed up by the Death Egg robot plenty of times in the past, but after playing this masterpiece of a game 8 different times, I bent over Eggman and proceeded to give this guy the Gojo special. Soon after, the Death Egg starts blowing up, and so we pull a father technique out and start going after the milk. Sonic slowly descends as Super Sonic and the game ends. And honestly, a better plot than the story of Star Wars if you ask me. While the entire game itself is a blast, there is one part of the game that I was waiting until now to talk about. I had made a YouTube short where I talked about my favorite special stages in the classic Sonic series and I ranked them from the worst to the best. Some people did not like that I said that the half-pipe special stages were way better than the special stages from Sonic the Hedgehog 3. What proceeded was some of the best comments I've ever read in my entire life.
Never let bro have an opinion again.
Bro has not played Sonic 2 special stages on the original hardware.
Nah, Sonic 2 has the most infuriating special stages imaginable. It takes Tails 5 years to copy your movements. Tails doesn't cause any problems in Sonic 3. The hell's up with that?
Now listen up, because I'm about to lay down some truth bombs. The Blue Sphere special stages from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 are the epitome of perfection, and here's why. First off,
now, in order to access these special stages, you have to actually collect 50 rings, touch a checkpoint, and jump on the stars that come from that checkpoint. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I played Sonic the Hedgehog 2 8 different times. Why, you may ask? Well, I wanted to see how different the gameplay experience was on different versions I played. I played Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the 3DS version, Sonic Origins version, and the mobile version as well. The only reason for this was because some people were saying that I really liked the special stages from Sonic 2 because I never played the original version. Well, joke's on you, buddy. 3DS version are ported to the original game with no HD improvements, making it hard to see what's ahead. Not only that, but Tails is fraudulent in this version as his response times are way more delayed. The footage you see here, that's me beating the final stage on the 3DS version. And what makes this even better is that I'm playing this on a smaller screen than if I played this on a TV with a Sega Genesis. And I gotta say, I still find the half-pipe stages more enjoyable than the blue ball stages in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. But personally, thank God the HD remakes exist because I like how much more effort was put into making these special stages better. I won't deny, the original version was tough, but I actually liked resetting my game after I failed the special stage because I wanted to make it my goal to reach Super Sonic by the end of Emerald Hill. Speaking of which, part of what makes the special stage rewarding is unlocking Super Sonic. Sonic 2 really wants you to learn and replay the game because if you have enough knowledge in your brain, you can actually obtain Super Sonic before you get to the second zone of the game. I won't lie, Super Sonic is a double-edged sword. Like, yeah, he's fast and can easily one-shot enemies and tank boss battles, but the downside is that he's a little too fast. Good luck with platforming as Super Sonic because one small move and bro's already across the world in seconds. But hey, they got Super Sonic now. One unique feature that was added for Sonic 2 was the ability to play with another person and do some racing against each other. The Genesis version allowed Tails to be played in the main game, but I'm not dropping money to get that footage. So have this instead. Playing locally is cool and all, but I wanted to see how the mobile version works, and sadly, I got no friends who have iPhones or Sonic 2 installed. So I tricked my girlfriend into thinking we were gonna have a date night and play Sonic 2, and I got some footage out of it, and we had a blast to say the least.
Yeah, that sucked.
The mobile version is actually cool because you get your own screen to play, making the races intense as you don't know how far your opponent is to reach the goal. So if you somehow have friends with you to play Sonic 2, you can definitely have some fun racing against each other. And just like the first game, the sequel soundtrack in each zone is a bop. From the weird country style music in Hilltop Zone to that funky jazz in Chemical Plant Zone, you are in for a good time. And not only that, but the multiplayer has different music depending on the zone you are playing in. I won't lie, hearing the soundtrack really makes me want to bust a move. Did you really think I was going to do that same bit as the last episode? No. Of course I would never do that. At least not without Sonic and Tails. I can see why Sonic the Hedgehog 2 stays iconic to this day. No matter what version you play, you're gonna have a fun, jam-packed adventure. The high-speed thrills, the amazing boss fights, and that outstanding soundtrack as always just makes this retro game a fun time to be had in 2024. I like to say that the best way to play Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is either through the mobile port or the Origins version, as those two have way more replayability value depending on which one you get, with the addition of Knuckles in both Origins and the mobile port, and Amy being exclusive to the Origins version. That's pretty much it with me, crew. We've gone over why Sonic the Hedgehog 2 stays as one of the most iconic sequels of all time, but I won't deny, I like Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles even more. So with that said, next time you see me guys, we will be going over that game. It's ow! God, ow, what the... No lie, I kind of forgot about Sonic CD when recording this video. I guess instead of talking about Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I'm gonna have to go back in time and talk about Japan's sequel to Sonic, Sonic CD. Well, if you enjoyed this video at all, crew, make sure to like and subscribe. And hey, let me know what you think about Sonic 2 in the comments below. Really interested to hear your thoughts. Until then, crew, I'll catch you all in the next one.